Name on the building in which they play, Taft Gallagher. Under 6 minutes now in regulation.
And there's been a clear advantage all game long for Niagara at the foul line, because they've gotten a lot of offensive rebounds and they've been able to get into the paint.
There's the defensive pressure, making it tough on Ryder. 10 to shoot. Dustin Robinson glances up at the shot clock. 5 seconds now to shoot. Nice double crossover and the pull-up, but it didn't go. Lewis the rebound.
I got a good look, even though it was late in the shot clock.
Niagara up 4. A bucket here might change the complexion. Ryder trying to come up with a big defensive stop. Bilal Ben isolated on Gadsden, gets around him. Gadsden recovers to make it a tough shot. Big defensive stand for the big rookie southpaw for the Bronx. Harris Mansell.
Tough shot.
The tip is good by Ryan Thompson.
Well, he does everything that time, getting himself to the offensive glass. That was a tough, quick shot by Mansell, a guy that can certainly knock down threes, but you got to find some good looks.
30 points last night, 16 so far tonight for Ryan Thompson. Nelson on the low post, gathers, and through the double team lays it in.
A great read, moving without the basketball.
To be decided over the next 4 minutes, 37 seconds.
And Mike Ringgold in the basketball game, and I talked to Joe Mihalik earlier today and asked him if they threw it to Ringgold late in the game, whether or not they would foul him. He said absolutely.
Well, here's that scenario. Egamonye does not commit the foul initially. Ringgold takes a bad shot, and Lewis rebounds.
But you saw how aggressive he was defending. So if you pick up the foul, fine, but be aggressive on it.
Egamonye has just one personal foul, so that's not an issue at all in that matchup.
Yep.
Niagara by 4 with the basketball. This is the number 2 seed in the tournament against the number 3 seed. Lewis can't buy the basket. Here comes Robinson out of the pack. He's got Ryan Thompson on the right wing. Drop it back, Harris Mansell. Patrick Mansell into the ball game for the Bronx.
And again, Thompson too content to get rid of the basketball. Game on the line now. Here's where he's got to step up and take over.
15 to shoot. Here comes Ringgold flashing out top. Harris Mansell. Deep. Nothing but net.
That is an absolute monster shot right there. They're struggling offensively. There's a senior who wants to continue his college career.
The 6'3" guard with his second three-pointer of the night. Third team All-MAC as a junior. And one of the better outside shooters in the conference.
And took advantage of the fact that Lewis wasn't guarding him.
Bilal Ben forcing his way into the paint, but he missed the turnaround, and now Ryder has a chance to take the lead.
You got to give up the foul on Ringgold. 36% foul shooter, remember.
Here he goes to the bucket.
Can't allow that to happen. You've got to give up the foul, especially when Egamonye only had one foul.
Ryder's first lead since it was 44-42. Back in Albany, 2.5 minutes remaining in a tight ball game for a spot in the MAC Finals. Lewis puts up an air ball, and Ryder with it on top by 1.
And not a good shot. Plenty of time. You got to be able to find a better shot than that, than the guarded jump shot. As they guard, here's where your defense has to step it up.
Ryder can't get it in, and there's the turnover.
I'll take the timeout instead of turning it over if you can't get it in. Niagara's defense up to the challenge.
Let's see what Tyrone Lewis can do. No, Ben fouled by Thompson.
Timeout when it was a guarded deep shot. You turn the corner, you'll take your chances on that.
Ben misses the free throw, and he is a good foul shooter. Jump ball, Niagara possession.
Didn't mean to do that.
We've seen that a couple of times late in the season from Mr. Gadsden.
Yeah, at least he caught himself. Good job. He's maturing as a freshman. Big defensive possession for Ryder now.
Egamonye through the defense for 2 off the window.
And he was able to turn along the baseline to turn away from the double team that was on its way.
And Niagara back on top, 66-65. Siena awaits the winner of this semifinal tomorrow night.
And now you got to play through Ryan Thompson.
That they do. Foul before the shot.
His own number, but he's got the ability to find his teammates. Well short, though, on that one.
So now Niagara up a point. Gets its instruction from Joe Mihalik.
A little too much confidence from Tommy Dempsey on that foul shot. Ryder, they didn't have anybody up on the foul line to get after it on the offensive glass.
The fans who've made the trip from Western New York to the Capital Region are on their feet, trying to urge the Purple Eagles through this semifinal.
Let's see if now Nelson can make a play.
His entry pass thwarted, but the foul on Gadsden, who had a hand on the hip about getting it done at the free throw line tonight. 6 for 7. Oh for 2. This time, the Bronx are fortunate to come up with it. Ryder hit 15 of its first 17 free throws, but Rob, since then, they have missed 6 of 7. Ryan Thompson being proactive to the bucket, and the foul.
Shot. Got to stay with it, get it over the front of the rim.
That he did. To Dad, he knows his dad gives him good advice basketball-wise, and he calmly sinks a pair.
Gone to the last couple of possessions in the half court.
Here's Lewis. He has struggled from the perimeter, and that continues as it goes up and over the backboard. Niagara down 1 will go for the initial steal, certainly.
And the way they guard, you can stay with it. Smart play by the senior Mansell. You can't inbound the basketball. You got to save the possession.
Onto the floor, trailing by 1.
And especially down by 1, even if you do foul and they make both, it's still only a 1 possession game. It's to come up with the steal, and if not, then give up the foul.
Shooters roll. Game clock on that last foul, so still here plenty of time for multiple possessions.
Absolutely, and you don't have to settle for a 3. You got to go find a good shot. Attack the rim.
Here goes Bilal Ben. Lewis can't get the 3 to go. Long rebound Nelson. Still no need to rush or panic. Garrison drives to the bucket. Open look Williamson. That would have tied it, but didn't. Out of bounds. And it's Niagara ball.
They'll, if not, get the quick 2.
Nelson into Agamonye. 20 seconds to go. Agamonye for the quick 2.
And I would have given up the foul there, much like you can dictate who you're going to put to the line. It would be one of those 2 guys.
18.7 on the clock. The baseball pass.
Good
Here goes
fake.
Gadsden on the breakaway.
Wow, great execution. Still a 1 possession game, though.
15 seconds in regulation. Lewis for the tie. He can't do it. Long rebound Ben. 10 seconds. He fires away. No. Long rebound Williamson. 5 seconds. And we've got a timeout called from the Niagara bench with 4.8 on the clock, and that may have saved them right there.
No 3s.
For a spot in the MAC championship game tomorrow night.
Oh, they tried to give up the foul.
Lewis banks it in with 1.7 to go. We're tied at 71. Timeout Ryder.
Ryder did exactly what you need to do. Mansell tried to give up the foul, and that's why you give it. To give up the foul or not, this is why you do. Look at Mansell. He's trying to grab him. He didn't get a piece, though. And I'm not sure he called glass, but he'll take it. Well, he reached. That's where you got to stay solid in front of him.
He missed him.
Yep, he missed him.
So John Kale had the call and got it right.
Yep, absolutely. They didn't have anybody guarding, and Christian Leitner got the open look.
1.7 to go, tied at 71. The heave at the buzzer, and we will head to overtime.